Welcome to GreekSpeech, where we are rediscovering historical aspects of collegiate Greek culture. I'm your boy, Big Doug, and on the other side is my homeboy. Go ahead, Pimpin.
What's up, man? This is Diz, the big-headed baby child. What's up, everybody, man? I hope everybody out there chilling today.
Right.
Making sure that you enjoying life as you supposed to be enjoying it. Make sure that you stay away from barking-ass dogs. They bark. They bark and they kind of ruin things. But, hey, we're going to go ahead and make this official. So I had to step back here in the back. But I said, man, I hope everybody out there doing good. Yo.
What? So all right, y'all. We go jump on it. On the other screen over there, man, is a longtime friend. He's a Sigma.
Yes, sir.
That ain't even, all of that's cool, but it's at the end of the day, man, he's family first.
Fam.
I'm gonna let him introduce himself, you know what I mean, and give us some insight on who he is. And at the end of this whole thing, we're gonna give him a few minutes to really break down how the whole business works. So tell him who you are, man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Jaron Brounson, also known as Chef Jaron, aka Chef Rose.
Hey.
I'm a professional personal chef. I've cooked for several IndyCar racing teams, Chip Ganassi, Davey Hamilton, Sam Schmidt, a few of those guys. I also cooked for a couple of NFL players. And, I've been professionally cooking for about 15 years now. And right now I specialize in cooking with cannabis. I'm working on a show called Cooking with Chronic. So tune in, holla at us. We out here. It's real, and all love this way. Peace, everybody.
That's real. That's real. So the purpose of what this show is supposed to be about, bro, so you kind of give some understanding and some clarity to it, is to take different aspects of, not even different aspects, to discuss different aspects of what makes Greek life, and to kind of bring that from where we started to where we are now, 100+ years for majority of us, right? So, are we doing what we're supposed to be doing? Are we as effective as we could be if we came together and did what we needed to do? You know what I'm saying? So all the things that's going on right now, the police brutality, which is, of course, that's dominating the headlines, even over and above, in some situations, this whole COVID-19 thing, right? And it's more of a situation of trying to figure out what should we be doing in terms of Greek organizations, right? It doesn't matter what organization you come from, as much as it is if we come together, how powerful we could be to really have some cause and effect within our communities. I mean, what do y'all feel like we should be doing right
now? I personally think, man, we should go back to the old saying, to the old ways, man. Each one reach one, man. We can't save everybody, but we all have children. If we don't have children, we got nephews. Grab the nephew or the child and one of their friends, man, and just kind of give it to them, because, man, what I'm learning is, man, it's people want to do better, man, but you can't do what you don't know. You know what I mean? If
Right.
Your mind hasn't been stretched that far, and you only are stuck in this box, you can't grow until somebody pull you out, man. And I think we just need to do a better job. I know, not saying we're doing a bad job, but I mean, just go back to them old principles, man. If you see somebody, man, and he's going, kind of the wrong way, try to pull him, and if he receptive, cool. If he can't, go to the next one. It's a number game, man. You gotta get who wants to be gotten, man. You can't save everybody,
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Where y'all at?
Man, so this is how I look at it, man. I think, like you said, man, you do the whole reach one, teach one. I'm pretty much a big fan of that. You reach out to some youth that's involved, especially what we have going on in different organizations where we actually have mentorship, where we go out here and we mentor, middle school, middle school and high school students, and basically take them underneath our wings, and then, to talk to them and have different curriculum set aside for them. But what I think what should happen is we have so many different people, especially in fraternity and sorority organizations, that's part of, the police force, the sheriff department, the judicial system, criminal justice system, whatever the case is. And I think, man, we should try to get them more involved to let them know, whenever they do, get stopped, are things they should go ahead and taking place and precautions that they should taking place. I think that we should go ahead and start bringing them more on board so we can start, reaching out to these young Black men and young Black women, and let them know, like, what should look out for and how we should go ahead and approach certain situations whenever it's dealing with the police.
That's right. Tom, where you at?
Well, I'm glad the rest of the brothers went first. I'm glad the rest of them went first, man, because I totally agree with everything that they said. But personally, and all that is definitely needed. I think, it needs to start as early as middle school, really. Not middle school, I'm sorry, pre-K. It needs to start as early as like the Head Start and the pre-K kids, I'll never forget, this was, oh my God, this was like 30 years ago. I was working in Chicago, and I was in a class of, I can't remember, I don't think it was first grade. I think it may have been, like pre-K or Head Start, whatever, right around there, too young. But this little boy was talking to me about gauges. He was talking to me about, getting gauges and literally doing dirt. I can't remember the exact conversation because it was 30 years ago. But, that's stuff, what I'm saying, growing up, or, like the people around him, that's all he was saying. But anyway, I digress with that. Police brutality. Sometimes when I see that, it makes me want to up my arsenal.
You can't help but feel that way, man, because we was talking earlier and I was laughing, but Jaron was one of the first people I'd ever seen. And this is real talk. And I had been carrying guns my whole life, right? But I had never carried a gun legally, right? He was the first, to the point of where when we went somewhere, he had his gun on his waist. And we like, dog, you crazy as hell. Like, what are you doing carrying his gun? You like 20. Like, but my thing is, and I say that to say this, bro, like, in terms of upping your arsenal, right? How can you not feel like that? You know what I'm saying? Because you watching people protesting about going back to work, and they got AR-15s and rocket launchers on their backs, and they got all this stuff, but you protesting about going back to work. So what does that have to do with you going back to work? Like, who are you? What's the Confederate flag have to do with you going back to work?
In other words, man, it's them showing their privilege, letting them know, like, we can do whatever we want to do, no matter how we want to do it, and you guys ain't gonna say nothing to us and tell us what we should and what, because we go by the amendments. You know what I'm saying? The First Amendment.
Bro, we gonna burn up our own neighborhoods. That's what we gonna do. We gonna burn up the block we live on, which don't make sense, right?
I will say this. So, we talking about, police brutality, and certain things actually took place within the past couple of months. And one of the biggest things that actually hit the news was in Brunswick, Georgia, which was for Ahmad. What is it? Yeah. Ahmad. Excuse me. But with him, he was basically out on the run, doing what he normally do. He was trying to prepare. He wanted to play football, whatever the case is, running his own neighborhood, and father and son actually took his life. Yeah. And the father actually was the investigator for I want to say it's for the police department or GBI, whatever the case is. But anywho, he was part of the criminal justice system, and basically they have it where they can do a citizen arrest. and they were basically saying that he was a suspect of previous break-ins around that neighborhood, and he matched the description. And you know, just being black and knowing that if I move to a nice neighborhood, I'm always going to be a suspect of anything that happens is very terrifying, because me, my family, anybody else that moves into the neighborhood, life is in jeopardy, because we can't enjoy where our parents, you know what I'm saying, or we work hard to go ahead and get ourselves to where we have to get ourselves to in order to not be looked at as a suspect in our own neighborhood where we pay taxes. So that's kind of, you know, going to like Jaron, man, like, what is your thoughts behind that? How do you feel behind it? Like, you know, just understanding that it's a black man, you know, I don't know if you got any kids, but your cousins, your nephews, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that, knowing that if once you put in your hard work and dedication to move up out of a certain environment and trying to put your family in a nice neighborhood, and now your family is considered as a suspect of anything that happens. How do you feel about that, my brother?
Man, I mean, I have several emotions about it. However, what I will say is this: I teach my youth, my son, anybody that's around me. I teach them to use wisdom. You know, don't act out of emotion. That don't get you nowhere.
That says
And
a lot.
I see a lot of people acting out of emotion, bruh. If you wrong, you wrong. Like I mean,
Right.
I think it's to a point where we as people ourselves have allowed society, have allowed our circumstances to make us feel like we're less than. People don't even care about their life, their own life, or anybody else. So when you don't care about your life, bro, you're gonna always behave in a way that makes our stereotype of us like prevalent. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, man, I feel like I try to teach my camp, anybody that's around me, man, be wise, man. You know, it ain't about pride, bro. It's about surviving out here. And I'm not saying you know hoe, but man, listen, that police is the judge, the jury, and the executioner until you get to jail. You're not safe until you get to jail if you lock your ass up or let you go. That's just how I feel. So my thing is, man, don't make your situation worse. Don't like in Indianapolis, man. Just last week we had a situation, man, where this guy, man, young kid, I can't remember his name, but he's on live. He on live running from the police, bro. Live running from the police.
I saw light skin.
Yeah, they tased him and they shot him down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's in the uproar. But my question is, why ain't nobody marching about the 6-year-old the week prior that got shot from a stray bullet in the head that's dead? Wow. Then this is another fact. Yeah. 2 weeks prior to him dying, he's on live again, shooting his gun at people's houses out the window, bruh.
Wow.
So my thing is, yeah, it's cool to feel sorry for this young man when you're not knowing what's going on, bro. We react and don't know all the facts, bro. I just feel like, man, we need to be calm. We need to listen more and speak less, bro. We need to go back to our principles, bro, that we were founded on, bro. And I think that's what's gonna make the difference.
Man, I'll be honest, man. I struggle with that part of it. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, because I come from a certain lifestyle that, you know, I understand where the animosity with the police comes from, right? Like, I get it. But I get just as frustrated at the fact that we killing each other every day. And I don't feel like we're doing enough to stop that, right? Although I don't agree in any shape, fashion, or form with what else is going on, right? You know, the police is one thing. It's you know, historically, man, we could go, you know, I'm a history head. So there's so many different things that we can go into in terms of examples of where we have been mistreated as a people, right? The part that bugs me is how we mistreat each other and how we don't protest about how we treat each other. And that bugs me, man. Like, I don't know how to take that. I mean, because it's something that eats me up like, damn, you know, I see these young boys out here, especially right now. I can't even say the young boys no more, but that's the
Well, I mean,
you know, they killing each other at a rapid rate. Like, how do you drop? What's that line? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the line? Because that's a tough one.
Man, man.
I mean, you going way back, bro. Like to solve to get to the root of that. For me, I'm thinking you got to go way back to like the mentality behind like the Willie Lynch syndrome, things like that. And that's like
a little bit.
That's a lot of damage that has to be repaired.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a tough call, man. You got I don't know. You got people that there's no way there's no way that they will make peace with the other side. Yeah, trip. Hang on.
Hey Tom. Yeah.
It's, your Wi-Fi is off a little bit, just a little. So it's I don't know, man. It's you know, I agree with you in terms of the Willie Lynch letters, and to know what that is, you know, and yeah, to know what that is, you know what I mean. So that's a whole nother thing. To know this was systematically planned out a long time ago, right? I just feel like we smarter than that, man, to keep falling for it. And that's why I feel like us as Greeks, you know, just my opinion, is this is where we need to be feeding our own. Now, everybody ain't gonna listen. You said it earlier, Jaron, about, you know, so you can try all you want to, you know, to try to save, and it's always gonna be somebody that's more, everybody's smarter than you. You know what I'm saying? That's always the nature of it. But I don't mean we stop, right? Like, we gotta keep trying to feed who we can feed and just hope we can catch somebody, man, because it's got to be something better than the way that we doing it now. Because until we organize and get stronger amongst each other, there's nothing we're going to be able to do strategically that's going to make sense.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but man, even if you think about in business, bro, like even in business, when we do hand-to-hand transactions, I mean, you know, most of us rather do business with somebody else because there's a stigma we're gonna get Jewed by our own people, man. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's like it needs to start there, bro. Like, you know, get back to being honest. Like, man, don't beat a man over the head. Like, do good business. You know, be a good person. Like man, like if everybody getting a piece, bro, we all winning. I think it's too many people, man, trying to get it all for themselves, man, and want to look a certain way. It's the crab in the bucket mentality, bro. It's getting back to the basics. Like, bro, you know what? I'm gonna do good business with you. I'm not gonna cheat you, man. Or if I pay you, I'm gonna do all the work. Like, for instance, man, I'm selling a house and then paid this guy $4,600, man, to do some work. That's the estimate he gave me. Bro didn't do all the work, right? So I would be wrong if I say, oh man, I should have went and got X, Y, Z. But I'm saying I'm giving the business, I'm putting the business back in the community, but I'm not getting the quality that I feel like I should have got, or you didn't do your word. So it's like, man, when we get back to that, bro, then everything else can start being better, bro.
Agreed. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at? What's your thoughts, Dez? What you thinking?
So you know, like I went out and came back in.
I got you.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure, are we still talking about the police killings, or you know what?
It's really, man. We're talking more foundationally, right? In reference to what really causes these, you know, because it's more the police situation is major. Don't get me wrong, right? And I'm not diminishing that in any way, especially with Breonna Taylor going on right now, Ahmaud going on right now. I can't think of the name right now. The young man in California, the 14-year-old that got beat up by the police. That's a whole situation.
Yeah.
The Hispanic guy that choked the dude in New York for social distancing violation. I mean, we can keep going. You know,
that alone there let us know, like,
Yeah.
we on totally two different platforms when it comes to police and the way they view us. You know, opposite end of New York during that time, you know, you had whites that was sitting over there in a park and they getting handed face masks.
Man, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like they get handed face masks. Then on opposite end, you know,
You choke us out. We get choked out.
Police over here showing police brutality, up here harassing people and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, like y'all really don't understand. Like we know what's going on, but y'all don't care. Like y'all don't care. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend who's in the police department, and I always ask him. I was like, you know, why is it that it's so many like white police officers in these black neighborhoods? They don't know us. They don't know how we live. They don't know where we come from. They don't know where we come from. You know, they don't know anything. And he said, man, you know what? He said, but it's not a lot of blacks that want to become police officers where they can put blacks inside of these communities to sit here and help out, you know what I'm saying, in these communities and understand. He was like, there's not a lot of us because our mindset is, man, we, you know, bump the police. We don't care about the 5-0. We don't do this, man. We ain't trying to be, you know, the popos or anything like that. But if we had a lot of blacks that want to become part of the police force, then I'm sure things can change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure it can. You know, but at the same time, his thing is that whenever a police feels like their life is in danger, then that's the reason why, you know, they react the way they react. And if you put a white police cop in a black neighborhood, they feel like their life is in danger all the time.
So you know what? So let's get into that though, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I done had some bad altercations with some white police officers in my neighborhood. And I hate to say it and not being stereotypical, but I've had more issue with white women, right? Because they feel the need to want to. Yeah, man. For some reason, they are so aggressive towards black. I mean, it's. I ain't gonna say for some reason. I ain't gonna be.
Let me say. I'm understanding. Whenever it comes to black people,
there's some black ones too, boy. It's like whoa.
I hate whenever, especially in the kind of jobs that I work, I always hated the fact when white people call blacks aggressive. I hated that. You know what I'm saying? Aggressive. They loud. Like I hated that. You know what I'm saying? So we're not aggressive. We just very outspoken. You know what I'm saying? Than anything.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Yeah, we're aggressive by nature.
But see, that's what I'm saying too, bro. With wisdom, you can departmentalize, bro. There's a time and a place to be loud or to voice yourself. There's a time, bro, to act, you know, in a certain kind of way, man. What I'm saying is, man, every time I go out the house, bro, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna make it back home. No matter what the situation is, I'm gonna make it back to the crib. So I'm gonna give you another example. Last Saturday, I went out to the desert shooting. So where I normally shoot at, somebody was down there. So I went a couple of ways down, bro. I'm shooting at a mound. I hear people shooting in the distance, but shit, I ain't think nothing of it. Man, this white man, old white man, come around there cussing like a mother. What the fuck are you doing? Woo, woo. I was like, hey, what's wrong? He was like, bullets flying over our head. Hey, listen, at this point, I'm like, well, damn, I can understand. I'd be mad too if motherfucking bullet flying over my head, right? So my reaction wasn't aggressive. It was like, hey, I apologize, my guy. I didn't know y'all was over there. We shooting at a man. You know what I mean? So he's still howling and cussing. I'm looking at him like, hey, bro, like I said, it's cool. I said, we're going to move down a little bit this way. I said, I had no idea you was on the other side of there, man. I wouldn't have shot at that if I knew you was over there. And I said, I apologize. So he's looking, he's talking and shit. I said, matter of fact, we can come around there where you at. He looked at me, he said, I accept your apology, shook my hand, right? And then he went on about his way. I moved down there, and nobody had an altercation, but he had a gun on him when he came around that corner. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, ready.
But my shit was in my hand too, though.
Right.
But I did not come in him in a way.
That's the major difference right there, homie.
That's
Believe it.
Yeah, it changes the game.
It was wisdom. Hey, it was wisdom on his part too, though.
For sure.
For sure.
That's the thing. You know what? So I tell you, it's funny, man, because I went to a rally the other day in Louisville, right? Trying to keep some of the young cats from, I mean, they mad and they got full right to be. You know what I mean? They got full right to be upset. But it's, you know, you can't handle things in a certain way. You know what I mean? And I say that for this reason. The end result will not be good if you go into it reckless, right? So it's like you have to be more strategic, although I understand your anger. You know what I mean? Because I'm here, I'm conflicted when I'm talking to them. Like, I understand why you pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel the same way, and I got my heat on me right now. So I understand where y'all at. But you can't go about it that way, because then it's gonna end in a negative result. You know what I mean?
For you though.
Yeah, for you. So it's like you might get one, and then they gonna go silly, and it's never gonna end. That's that same Crippin' blood mentality we already got amongst each other. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you take one, I take one, and it keeps going and going and going and going and going. There's no end. There is no winner to that situation, right?
So that's why I feel you got to start when they are like super young, like super young, you know, and you know, just to kind of go back to like the original point of like what should the Greeks do, you know, or what could they do? I was thinking maybe something along the lines of the education piece is really big, you know. You educate somebody on something, they understand, they have a better understanding, you know. And if you have a better understanding about things, like you know, like Jaron was saying, he better understands now that he's, you know, he's wiser. He better understands how to handle situations like the one that he just described. When that guy came around the corner, you know, with a pistol on his hip, you know, right? But I mean, if there was some way that, because we mentioned last time, you know, like the numbers of all the Greeks, you know, what kind of collective power we have. You know, it would be cool if we could do something in an educational realm where I don't know if we could each take a city or whatever, but you know, we could all get together and, you know, come up with some sort of school or something. You know, start with one city. You know what I'm saying? LeBron did. And, you know, yeah, I don't know, you know, just something like that, man. And because a lot of the kids, they don't really know their history, you know, they don't. They know really nothing about where they actually came from. And, you know, that they got royalty in their lineage and things of that nature.
Right.
So, you know, I think that would go a long way too, because that would empower them in a whole nother way, like music. You know, like, I'm an artist. I appreciate creativity and all that to the utmost. But damn, I'm like, you know, the shit that my 19-year-old, you know, that he is drawn to, it ain't even his, that ain't even his style, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never been about that life. And everything that I've been checking out, I like the music part of it, but I mean, it's all the same shit, and it's all dumbing it's dumbing everybody down. It ain't dropping no knowledge about nothing. It's just talking about, you know, who you gonna cap. And look at my you know, look at my pistol, AR-15. You know what I'm saying? My AR-15 pistol or whatever. I mean, I don't know. You know, I may be digressing. Back in the day, you know, hip-hop and the artists were, you know, they were dropping like real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They were dropping a different type of knowledge, you know, than today. But anyway, it's an education thing. I think that really needs to
Like I was
be kind of. Go ahead.
hello.
Well, this is our technical difficulty day right here, bro.
Right. Like
This is the Breakfast Club with technical difficulty.
We gonna have to send some kind of tech over there to your crib, Tom. You know what I'm saying? Somebody tech savvy. We got to get some good Wi-Fi or something, cause you're saying some real stuff right now, Tom.
Yeah,
but
man.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Hey man, you said like some legit real stuff, and I'm like, dang, I just wish it was a little bit more clear.
Yeah.
But so this, all right, so I don't know if you guys seen it, but I think it was like back in 2017. When Amar actually got pulled over by the police. He was in the park. He was like, look, this is my only day that I had off. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the park, I'm rapping, blase, and whatever. So anywho, the police pulled up on him. Was like, they basically told him to get out the car. You know, of course, he's outraged. He's like, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first time that this was recorded. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm not doing anything. He's like, look, I work. You know, I come over here, I run. You know, I come over here and I rap because I only had one off day. And you guys are coming over here bothering me. And he was like, I didn't do nothing. The police was like, well, it's a lot of you know, drug activity and blase that is happening over here in this neighborhood. And he started getting outrageous. Like, man, like, damn, y'all leave me alone. Like, what? I didn't do nothing. Why you guys coming over here harassing me and all this other stuff? And it seems as if, like, that's the things that the police actually put in place to sit here and approach a black person. You know what I'm saying? They want to sit here and say it's drug activity, it's gang activity in this neighborhood, it's blase to give them a reason why they're gonna pull a person over, thinking they're gonna find something. It's like, dang, like they true. I'm not doing nothing. And I think that what should happen is, you know, when we have a lot of black people that's actually in these high power positions, I think a particular training needs to take place. You know, don't always, you know, profile the neighborhood, the environment, and thinking that the person that's in that neighborhood and that environment is part of that situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Than anything. So once I seen that, and I have seen other different situations, especially in Nashville, some years ago, the police wasn't even after the guy at all. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all got Tone and that and Doug. I don't know if y'all remember this, but it was a situation over there in downtown Nashville. The dude was sitting over there in the park or whatever, and the police pulled up on him. Wasn't even after that he was sitting here saying there was something going on over there or whatever, and that vehicle fit the description, and that wasn't even the vehicle they was talking about. But he wanted to sit there and pull him over, and come to find out he killed the black dude. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah, y'all remember that? And the police took the black dude and all that other stuff, and people like outrageous. Like, even though this is like, so you basically telling me, since I stay in this neighborhood or I'm from this neighborhood, I can't come over here in peace and park my car in peace?
Bro, we always fit the description. It's like in everything we do.
That's the sad part, bro. That's the sad part about it.
And now
okay, so on here fit a description of something.
So now let's flip it back to like what Tom was saying earlier and bring it back full circle, right? So as Greek organizations with that almost 3 million people, you know, and bro, that number is so subjective on
True.
You know, how many people went to school and they pledged and disappeared? You know what I mean? Or did something and you know, that's so subjective. Like, it could be so many more people when you think of 100+ years of these organizations, and it's with the exception of one, they're all 100+. You know, we got two. You know what I mean? But for the most part, we're all pretty much there except for one at the end of the day, right? So, and even with that, you're still looking at 50, 60, 70,000 people, all right? If not more. You know what I mean? So when you look at that in terms of the bros, you know, in any organization, the sorors in any organization, we should be out educating our people on everything from home ownership to gun permits to, because a whole bunch of guns, but ain't nobody got them registered. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to that. So at least we legal, right? Join a boxing. So it ain't always got to be about pulling that pistol. Sometimes you got to just take that ass whooping. You know what I mean? And get on.
Hey, just to tag on that, bruh. Just to tag on that for real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Dez was talking about too, we need to educate the kids on like their rights, like as far as what right as a operator of a motor vehicle when you get pulled over by the police. Like, what are your rights? How do you talk to them? What is some of the terminology that you need to use with them so that they know, hey, this individual that I'm pulling over is just not some, little dumbass black kid.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
You can't hear me? Can you guys hear me?
You was breaking up though, bro. You know we can't hold our little giggles, bro.
Hey,
you know we can't hold our little giggles, bro.
It's all good.
You like Mufasa, but we can't hear you.
I see everybody start grinning.
You'll break up. Like we over here like,
Hey,
look, I'm gonna take my glasses off, but everybody ask you, be they go.
They be like this.
We be so excited, bro.
Hey, but what's fun? Hey, but everybody else's screen, all y'all froze right now.
I know it probably looks crazy. We gonna have to back it up.
None of y'all moving.
But what you were saying,
I'm gonna say what Dylan was saying.
It does come back to the education piece, though. At the end of the day, and and just taking all of that's what I'm saying. You got 3 million people, man. We say this every episode. How much voting power does that give you? How much can you feed a community with that many people? Yeah, I get we got different ideals. I get it. You know what I mean? Okay, if you a Q, your ideals are different. If you a Sigma, your ideals are different. But the basis is the same. You see what I'm saying? If you a Kappa, your ideals are. It's all about. It's a lot of things to go into that. But at the end of the day, service is a key piece to all of that. You know what I mean? So brotherhood is a key piece to all of that. So if we speaking on that, it's not just brotherhood amongst each other in that organization. It's brotherhood by definition. That's my little brother. He's a Sigma. That ain't got nothing to do with the organization. You know what I mean? Before any of this, bro. That had nothing to do with that. You see what I mean? So it's got to be for everybody, and we have to open that door, man, and work together. Because right now, we're needed on an exponential level.
Man, I think another thing is, man, maybe we can, once schools start opening up or these centers start opening up, man, we can get together, a few brothers and sisters here, man, and teach basic life skills, man, because they're not teaching that, bro. Because man, you can tell a person right from wrong, but man, if they don't know how to respond in certain situations, bro, because man, a lot of these kids don't even, man, there's no discipline no more, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Man.
So when the child's not disciplined, when all they do is throw tantrums. If a police walk up to you and he question you, bro, at least just respond to him, bro. The faster you answer the question, the faster he leaves.
Right.
Bro, we throw tantrums like we can't get a piece of candy or something.
Right.
That doesn't solve anything. You lose every time. So we just need to teach basic life skills, bro.
Facts. Agreed. Absolutely, man. And that's something and to be honest, that doesn't have any particular Greek affiliation.
Nope.
But that's why but as Greeks, and with that being kind of what we about, we need to come together and say, okay, now it's bigger than just us being individuals.
True.
And that's just my thought. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, we got to come together, man. We need that right now, man. And it's a powder keg right now, and it's volatile out here, man. It's volatile. And we all mad. We all mad. You know what I mean? But it's got to be strategic.
Yeah, but see, it's even deeper than that, though, big bro. Because if we really think about this, if we do nothing, this is our future, bro.
Right. It's an odd spot, man.
So when all the pillars are gone now, who's gonna hold the mantle? Is it gonna be one left? So if you think about what's happening, it ain't even about like today. It's about 10, 15, 20 years down the line.
Right.
you wipe out a whole generation of kids that don't care about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, it's for real, bro.
All
That's
the elderly people passing away, all the knowledge is gone.
That's the extinction of us right there, bro.
Facts. Man, I can't argue with that at all. And that's such a struggle. Such a struggle. It really is. So Dez,
So this is,
I was gonna say, go ahead and finish up. We're gonna give them a few minutes to talk about. I'm gonna talk about the business and what you done.
Right. But so this is something I want to bring up, man. You know, there was like sometime last week. It was a Zeta who basically lost her life to boyfriend killed her. You know what I'm saying? And her name was
that's got to stop too, right
Felicia
there.
Ratliff. I think it's Felicia Ratliff. If I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, I'm sorry. It just looks a little different. But she was killed, you know, off of domestic violence. Her boyfriend killed her. And, you know, we just want to go ahead and send our condolences to her family, the Ratliff.
Is it ever that serious, bro? Is it ever that serious? You know what I'm saying? Golly.
I just want to bring that up because, you know, she's part of a sorority organization. And, you know, she was part of domestic violence and actually was murdered. So just want to kind of like bring that up. And, you know, if you feel like you're in a situation, and this just goes for women, you know what I'm saying? Because women are the ones and it's not just if you're in a Greek organization. You feel like that you're in a situation where you're being abused. It's best to figure out ways to get away from it. You know, get the police involved. You know, back in the day, you get your big cousin, your big brother, you get your daddy involved. You get your neighborhood friends involved to go ahead and, you know, do whatever. Not saying that we want that to happen. We actually want you to do it the correct way, and that's actually getting the police involved and figure out how to escape, you know, being beat on, you know, being stabbed, being shot at. We don't really want it to get to that extent. You know, don't be silent. Like, don't be silent. So I just want to go ahead and say that and bring that up because it is a heartfelt situation.
Yeah, that's a big story down here. That's a big story down here. And
can we take a moment of silence?
Yeah, we can do that. We can pause for that, bro. Real talk. Real. Yeah, that's real right there, bro. That's I don't know, man. We gotta, as men, we just gotta get better. You know what I mean? And as you know, and like I said, the concept of the show is GreekSpeech, and it's really about our organizations were all built on certain principles and certain things. You know what I mean? And you know, and Jaron, we're gonna bring you back, bro, because there's so many aspects of that we'd like to talk about, you know, and the fact that do we feel like our founders would be happy with where we are now, right? Right. That we're bad, you know what I mean? Because fundamentally, I think that's not what it is. It's just, you know, some things may have gone awry, some things may have not. You know what I mean? It depends. But at the end of the day, we're stronger as a unit than we are apart. So like I said, ideals are one thing. Unity and brotherhood are another thing, right? So we got to get back to those cores and service and community, because that's what we were that's what we were built on. And somehow it became more about something else, you know, not in every situation. I ain't gonna say that's everybody, you know what I mean? Because it's not. That's a lot of brothers out here really working hard, man, and sisters too. They kicking ass. But so I'm not gonna say that's everybody. I'm just saying that we're in a powder keg right now. So it's important for us as, you know, leaders in the community to do what we need to do, man, to feed our people beyond just people in our organization. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we're going to jump into this, man. First of all, Jaron, we appreciate you, man, even coming out and chatting.
Appreciate that, man, big bro. Appreciate you coming through.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure, man. Anytime, y'all call me anytime, man. I like this, man. You know, this is what's up, man. Y'all keep going, man. I be listening at y'all.
We appreciate you.
Too. I appreciate y'all. I think, man, you know, we just got to keep going, bro. Keep going as a whole. I love the movement. You know, I love you guys, man. And, you know, man, and, you know, we can do it. We can do it.
Appreciate it. And tell us more about what you got going on. Yeah.
This right here is the segment that we call, say, talk your shit. So you got a business, right? You got a business. We see it. Go ahead and talk your shit, Jaron. Talk about your business, my brother.
Hey, listen, man, I'm just gonna tell you just like this. I'm a personal chef. You know what I'm saying? You know, Muhammad Ali did his thing in boxing. Merriweather did. When it comes to cooking, it's me, bro. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, you know, man, when you gotta have la sazon, you gotta have a touch, bro. I got that, man. I mean, it ain't nothing I don't put my hands on, man. You know, it's crazy. My son, 21, he was like, Pops, I ain't never had a bad meal, not one.
Right.
So, you know, it is a passion, bro. It's just love, man. And I feel like it's a gift God gave me. I like to share it. My personal chef services are available. I also cook with cannabis, which is even more awesome, you know, for people that like to medicate. I do education on it as well. Man, I'm just, you know, I'm just out here. I work hard. Family man, you know, just trying to be a good husband and father and role model, man. But you know, if you even got any questions about cooking, man, just hit me. I'm Chef Jaron on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Follow me. You know, I'm doing stuff, you know, sparingly, but we're gonna work on the show. We're gonna get the show going, Cooking with Chronic. But thank you guys though.
Man, for sure. So
man, 100, man.
Yeah, and we're gonna let everybody know we done created something. We got some stuff coming. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a little different. So y'all look for the weekly episodes, because you know the mindset is we ain't got no time to be playing, man. We in this. Yo, let's we're gonna get it cracking in the next, you know, next couple of weeks probably. Like
Let's go.
Go to get it popping. They don't sense of procrastinating, man. We ain't got time to procrastinate, man. So it's because you doing your thing with cannabis. Tone has a CBD business, and we all trying to get in different aspects of it, bro. But the next time we see you, bro, you gonna have the pots and pans out. So we waiting to see what you gonna throw down with. You know what I'm saying? We looking forward to it. Now we looking.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send you the email so you can get everybody prepared.
Yes,
and
sir.
If they want to, they can cook with me. So I'm gonna give them everything that they need, and everybody's rolling. You may not have cannabis, but you know we'll get you there. We'll, you know, one way or other. I'll show you what you need to do, and then next thing you know, you'll be like me.
We gonna do it, man. We gonna do it.
I got an Instagram call.
Yeah, I see you with the shots on you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, but Jaron, look, I got an Instagram, man, called We Support the Artists. And we support the artists basically in whatever kind of art, whatever entertainment, cooking, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to get you on there, man, to go live and you to do a whole little segment of you cooking.
Sure.
Right.
And I think that would be dope, my brother. So I'm gonna follow you or whatever.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, it's a cool thing called Artists We Support in Nashville. It's real dope. So man, we're gonna roll up out of here, man. It's been real talking to y'all fellas. It's always good to chop it up on some real life shit.
Yes, sir.
And how we can build this thing, man, is, you know, this Divine Nine thing is bigger than t-shirts and all that, bro. We can really come together as powerful black men, which we all are, you know what I'm saying, in our own ways and our own attitudes and our own mentalities. But at the end of the day, we all strong black men, man, trying to build something. You know what I'm saying? So if we come together, you know, and with the sisters, man, because we know they got their shit together. We got to get ours together.
We be catching up.
Man, we got to stop hating on one another. That's what it is, bro.
We got to get on our.
We got to stop hating on one another. If we can stop hating on one another, we can do a lot of stuff.
There ain't no need for it, man. So the next time y'all see us, man, because, you know, we really serious about this. About 4, 5 days, we come with pots and pans, man. We about to throw something down. Hey. Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one, fellas, and I'll talk to y'all.